Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Happy Tuesday. It's November 5th. Congratulations on making it to your country's election if you live in the United States. I know we've got folks listening from across the world, but here in the U.S., it is election day, and it feels like it's taken such a long time to get here that it's time to get the thing done. I'm the kind of person that I like to prepare for things, and when it's time to get the show on the road, I'm ready to get the show on the road. So I am looking forward to all the ballots getting counted today, and I hope we don't have to have a delay in knowing, the results of the election, because I truly believe that it's important to do things, as they say, decently and in order. So let's figure out who's gonna bring home the votes and the delegates today. But anyway, that's not what this show's about. Welcome to On the Way to School. I've got my peppermint mocha flavored coffee, and it tastes great. And we're gonna have a little chat today. So at this point in November in schools, as an administrator, we are sending out our community pulse surveys. So right now we're surveying families on their opinions on the use of technology in schools, namely cell phones. We're surveying our employees, our faculty and staff on their sentiments around just how we're doing as leaders and how school is progressing. So this is an evaluation season for most of us. And, some of the things that maybe teachers don't always understand about administrators is that, there's always a certain level of evaluation that administrators are under. We are trying to ensure that as faculty and staff, we are helping support you and we are meeting your expectations and needs, while also conflict resolution when things are kind of not in alignment with particular protocols and policies. Also, when people are kind of leveraging for different resources, we're trying to, maintain a level of consistency, but also being reasonable and taking a holistic view at things. But all of those decisions are constantly being evaluated and scrutinized. From a student's perspective, we really don't want to disrupt the student's day much at all. It should be very predictable. But students are also, evaluating and looking for the through lines of fairness and consistency. And then lastly, the parents. The parents are also setting their expectations and hoping that that we're agreeable to some of their needs and things that come up. And we try to be as proactive as we can while we're setting mandates at schools. But sometimes, the parents have different timelines than we do. Right. So even the smallest actions or decisions they're observed, they're dissected, they're critiqued. And it is a challenging dynamic to know that you're always kind of going to be in that spotlight. I had a parent that came and jumped on my schedule recently, and she was just telling me about some things that she had been trying to get some answers on from other colleagues, and kind of didn't feel like she was getting the answers that were productive, and kind of just escalated it up the chain and found herself in my office. And, she, as many parents do, didn't necessarily want to tell me what other folks did that didn't work. So tried to be as discreet and as kind as possible in sharing that information. And I think that's really appreciated. Anytime a parent comes into the office or tries to resolve a problem, it's really helpful when the parent acknowledges that, hey, some people have done their best work and they tried, and if it didn't hit the mark, they're just really here looking for a solution. And as a colleague, it's really important that we try not to disparage or as they say, throw our other colleagues under the bus, right? So when you're talking to a parent or trying to just problem solve, maintaining the integrity and the respect of a colleague who probably did their absolute best to try to help is important. But one of the things I told the parent was like, hey, I understand, and I'll be, as candid as I can with you, but I can't tell you everything. and the parent, understood that. And, I always operated under the scope of, no matter where I am, whether it's a school day or not, whether I'm on campus or not, anything that I respond to could technically be a press conference moment, right? So for an individual, they're asking a question, and it's the most important question that they're asking. So they're criticizing my answer. So if I'm being too casual, if I'm being, too familiar and not taking their question seriously, or responding with a level of, critique or a level of sarcasm, all of those things are going to be critiques of my own character. They're going to be an evaluation of me. How did I help this family when they needed a problem to be solved or they had a concern? So the constant evaluation is something that you can learn to live with. You can deal with it. It's not overwhelming. You just have to know that the stakes are usually pretty high. And that's why it's important to maintain and sustain a high level of character and comfort. You've got to have some joy in your spirit to be able to do this work. And people have a lot of expectations of you, and that's okay. They should expect a lot of you. And as the saying goes, you shouldn't complain if your plate is full when your dream was to eat, right? If your dream was to eat and now you got a full plate, congratulations, you've achieved your goal. So anyway, some things to help distract everybody for today during election day. I hope you are doing the absolute best you can. Just know that your work is appreciated. I appreciate you. And if you need some support, feel free to reach out. But hey, have a wonderful day on the way to school. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.